Lauren,
Annie,
so excited to talk about this.
you know what's exciting about all of this is it's so close and near, and it is coming together so beautifully. And to see something that you've worked hard on come to fruition, come to life, it's amazing. Absolutely
Yes.
amazing,
Worked hard on, lived through, been there, done that,
right? And starting to write the book about it,
right?
right? So
Let's talk about the Sanity Project.
please,
Lauren, get us
yes.
started. What
All
is
right.
this about?
Well, I always like to think, why would anybody care about this project that we've created? And here's where the Sanity Project started from. We know that life can be challenging. Our worlds are rapidly changing and evolving. They're becoming much more stressful due to all of the demands that encompass our lives, whether it be work, parenting, our personal love relationships, having fun navigating systems and institutions like healthcare, finance, education, all of those things. And the Sanity Project comes out of a place that recognizes that, life doesn't have to be this monotonous journey in between life's highs and lows, right? There's an opportunity for us to live really great lives that include all of these things, as opposed to between or at the expense of. So, really, the Sanity Project is focused on helping you live the life that you want, personally and professionally.
Yesterday I was a guest on a podcast that's going to come
Mhm.
out just in time for International Women's Day. And imposter syndrome came up. So that's part of what the Sanity Project is about. It's about imposter syndrome, but specifically with money. And one of the things that I was talking about is it's amazing how even as established as you and I are, as experienced as we are, as much as we've done, all of that, outward appearance success, and we still deal with imposter syndrome throughout different elements of our life. It's not like it just kind of goes away, but we just get better at it.
Right?
Yes.
And really it's the imposter syndrome that kicked off this need for the Sanity Project, right? We need a place for women to come, that's safe to explore, to learn, and to figure out what's going on and how they want to live their lives, right? And as a psychotherapist, I always say to my clients, like, we need to figure out what's starting all of this, right? We have to separate the truth from the lies. And sometimes the biggest liar in our lives is ourselves. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the imposter syndrome. And so that's why we're starting with the imposter syndrome to kick off this project.
I like to joke and say that my preteen is like a great negotiator, but actually, the brain inside of me is a great self-negotiator into and out of the very things that are good for me.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't know who that negotiator is actually working for, right? And this
Right.
is right. And this is actually where the money part comes in. Because when we look at all of the things that cause us great joy, stress, sorrow, pleasure, pain, a lot of it's money. So how do we work with
Everything,
that?
everything is
Everything,
connected to money, and it's just a tool. But every
1000%.
decision that we make, whether we want to start a business, buy land or a home,
Have
sign
children,
up our kids for
go to school.
programs, enhance, the lives of the people that we care about, it all takes money.
Absolutely. As I like to say, love it, loathe it, crave it, dismiss it. We need to understand how we feel about it so we can work with it effectively.
Ooh, and you know what I just thought about? The very
What?
things you were saying about money is the very
Yeah,
things that we do to ourselves.
1000%.
Ooh, it's like, oh,
Right?
that got to me.
So, we started this project in this place. So it's virtual and in person, right? Because we want to share our life journeys with other women, and like-minded women. And we want to do it in a way that is engaging, authentic, and it allows the members of our project to participate and explore and actively create the life that they want. So at the end of our time together, everyone's going to walk out with a plan that can be implemented right then and there.
Let me ask you, Lauren. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you, you know me, but so many people out there don't know who we are.
Yeah.
So why are we the people to guide this project and to help others through this very thing where we have imposter syndrome connected to finances?
Well, I think you and I are actually the perfect people to start this project, clearly, because we started it. Um, but I've spent 25 plus years working within Canadian wealth management. And my role was to work with financial advisors to ensure that they, shall we say, had compliant business practices. So I was very much in the regulatory space. And so over my 25, 30 years of experience and all the conversations I had with advisors and leaders and clients and everybody else in between, where there was always challenges or discomfort or I'm not sure what was in the dealing with the humanity of people. Like life is messy. And I'm a psychotherapist as well. So I have to sort of give people a bit of a pass and say like it's hard dealing with people when they're crying, when they're raging, when they're depressed, right? But that's all part of the human condition. And that's what it means to be human. And and the more we try and sanitize our lives and ignore the emotions, especially our own personal emotions, this is where we run into trouble and it ends up costing us way more money and heartache to deal with after the fact than it is to deal with the discomfort of starting this work.
That's amazing. And I think for people who don't understand the compliance part of financial services, this is a person. There's one in every company. At least, there's a whole team actually in every company because
Mhm.
they're the internal the I want to say police, but also bodyguards, but also, like you're the person that's really,
We're
arm in
there.
arm. You're arm in
Mhm.
arm linked up with both the advisor to make sure they're doing things properly and covering their butt properly, but also making sure that things are being done in the best interest of the client. And it's one of those roles that is behind the scenes, and most people don't know that you're there until they need you. Right? And
Yeah,
for me, I've been in this industry for over 20 years.
yeah.
And, I started, my dad was an advisor. And so he exposed me to it initially, even though I
Mhm.
actually didn't really want to, I was hesitant to get into this industry because I had preconceptions about money and investments and all that kind of thing. And insurance and financial planning. But once I started learning and then applying it to my life and in helping other people. I've helped thousands of clients through their financial planning goals and needs. I'm a certified financial planner and a trust and estate planner. Um, but at this point, I've got so many letters after my last name that it's even longer than my last name. But I've also coached a lot of financial advisors and planners on their practice and how to do it with integrity and um how to be human about it because they're also human beings navigating this life, trying to help other people, educate them, give them the right advice, be that
It's a
listening
lot.
shoulder. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so our workshop on March
Mhm.
6th
Yes.
is really for anybody
Yep.
because we're all having to deal with money in some capacity, whether you know about it, whether you don't know about it. Either way, this is about you, the person.
Yes.
And how do we get you to a place where you feel fulfilled, where you feel satisfied, where you feel like
In
you trust
control.
yourself, in control, right? where you trust yourself um and allows you to actually, maybe you've got that like secret ambition, that secret thing, no matter how big or small, that you want to do, and you're not sure how to take that step because you don't know where to get funding, you don't know how to support that in your life, how to just make that happen. And it's the money part is the secondary thing. We have behaviors around money that we're going to address,
100%.
but it's about you, the person, and what influences your decisions, how you're judging yourself, and how we can turn that into, instead of self-sabotage, into self-mastery.
So, speaking of self sabotage and self mastery, one of the exercises that we're going to be going through with the Sanity Project is everybody's going to do their own individual assessment of where they're at, which is my proprietary psychologically grounded tool that helps people understand what their current realities look like. Because going through life on autopilot is a terrible way to live your life. And so every now and then we need to stop and take stock of where we're at. And so, you know, this project, this group is not only going to provide evidence-based research recommendations and tools in a fun way, but it's also going to help you shift your life in the direction of your choosing, right? The hope of this project, and it's going to be ongoing, is that we want to provide hope and a way to restore your sanity.
And something else that you said that I think is really important is,
Mhm.
um, we it's time for us to do this for ourselves, but we can't do it by ourselves. You we
100%.
can't coach ourselves,
No,
right? We've got too many filters and self-negotiating mastery tactics and limiting beliefs and the
competing
for
interests a la money.
yes. And I have found in programs that I've been in, that I continue to participate in, that are even outside of my industry, what gets me from who I was to who I'm becoming is community, is support, is a safe place to be accountable, to be
Mhm.
supported, to be encouraged, to be uplifted.
Yes.
And I'm there for them, and they are there for me.
As a psychotherapist and an educator, I can't stress the importance of community
Mhm.
enough. Because as human beings, we're not meant to live in isolation of other things and other people. We need others. Humanity is incredibly important, right? And especially in this day and age of AI and automation, it has actually never been more critical that we learn and relearn and continue to practice these skills of maintaining, and not to sound dramatic, our autonomy and agency, right?
Yeah,
The place and space for respectful discourse to understand, to gain clarity, or even just a place for people to come and say, I hear you, I understand. You're not alone. There's tremendous power
so important.
in people and the collective.
So, Lauren, tell us when and where and who gets to come.
Annie, we are kicking off the Sanity Project March 6th. The in person will be held at the Verity Club in Toronto, Ontario. If you can't make us and join us that way, you can join us online. It's from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, March 6th. Register now, and we really hope to see you there because it's time.
It's
It's time to
time,
start having these conversations.
and we're ready for you. We're ready to hold a space for you and to be on this journey with you. So sign up or ask some questions. Put some comments in this post. Ask the
Like and
question.
share, friends. Like
Yes,
and share.
and please share, because truly I have a community that is global, and this is a global universal issue. So let's help each
Absolutely.
other out with our friends and family around the world. Let's join this movement.
I hope to see you there.